Good morning. Good morning. I am, let me make sure I got the sound right here. When you come on, let me know if the sound is okay. I want to talk about something today. I normally go live 4 days a week. Seems like I'm going to have to get just a little bit closer here today in order to stay live, in order to stay connected. So just stick with me as we try to find a spot here that works. So, yeah, good. All right. Good morning, Amber. Glad to have you on this morning. And I want to talk about gratitude attitude today. So thank you for joining me. When you come in, let me know if the sound is okay. I've got it turned down a little bit. I'm trying to cut out a little bit of the noise that goes on the highway. So let me know if this works out okay. Sounds like it's doing fine. So thank you for joining me this morning. I want to share a little bit about an attitude of gratitude. I've been following a man. Actually, I've been following him. We were actually Facebook friends. His name is Sean Douglas. And Sean threw out a challenge. I don't remember if it was the first of this week or the end of last week. But Sean said that he was going to spend the next 66 days. He has a child that's due to be born in 66 days. And he's going to spend the next 66 days talking about things that he is grateful for. He would go live once during that day, and for 66 days in a row, and he would talk about his gratitude day. And so, and he laid down the parameters of that, and he talked about the three things that he was going to do, and one of them was he wanted to be a blessing to somebody else, and he was starting to take note of that. And it's amazing what happens when you do that. When you purposely set out for the benefit of being grateful for the day. When you start out your day by saying, I'm going to find something to be thankful for. And you start out your day by saying, this is something that's going to be, I'm going to be a grateful person today. I'm going to take things as they come, and I'm going to be thankful for what happens. I went on a bit of a rant on Monday because of the concern that I had that we have fires raging in the Northwest and nobody's talking about those. And yet when I got off, I was thinking, but I am so thankful for the people who are there. I'm concerned about them, and I'm praying for them. And one of them is my son. And so I was concerned about that. But I'm thankful that he's there. If I were to pick somebody who I would want to be there, but be safe, but I'd want to be there, it would be him. Yeah, the power of positivity. Amber says this is the third time this week that the topic has come up in a discussion, and she mentioned the power of positivity. We have got to be positive people. One of my most popular live feeds ever was Positive on the Offensive. And it was about how important it is that we are positive, that we spend our time being grateful for what we have. I remember checking in at the airport one time, and I walked up to the counter, put my luggage in, and they spit out my card, and the lady says, oh, Mr. Mulford, I'm so sorry. It looks like your flight's going to be delayed for 8 hours. And I went, good. At least now I know I'm at the airport. And she laughed, and she said, what do you mean? I said, because flights being delayed are a normal thing at the airport. I was concerned I might be somewhere else. And she thought that was pretty fun. I spent the whole day trying to find things to be grateful for while I was sitting in the airport with an 8-hour delay. Most people would let that sidetrack them. And I took that up as a challenge, that I was going to make that I'm not going to do that. Instead, I want to be grateful. I want to be positive. I want to be thankful for what's happening there. And exactly, Amber, exactly. Take whatever happens and turn it into something that can be positive. Find something beneficial in it. And as I was thinking about this morning's live feed, and this concept of, it's not a concept, this attitude of being grateful, or this, as Jeremy said, this thankful Thursday, or whatever day you want, whatever you want to call this, whether it's positivity, or if it's a positive mental attitude, or an attitude of gratitude, it doesn't make any difference. It's just important that we start to bring that to our day, that we find something to be grateful for. And I was thinking about I connected with this guy a couple of weeks ago because of something that he was involved in. I sent him a private message, said I'd like to become friends with you on Facebook. So we did. We've exchanged chats back and forth a few times. I'm going to share more with you about him. May even have him come on one of these days. I typically have guests on Thursday, and but I couldn't have, my guest wasn't available this week. So, but oftentimes I have guests available on Thursday, and I may have try to get him on a Thursday. But I've been challenged by his 66 days, even though I may not follow his rules, I may not play by his game, but I do know this, that thought of finding something to be grateful for, finding something that you can share a good attitude to, and you start looking for them. I remember listening to that live feed, and I went over to the pharmacy to pick something up, and there was somebody broken down in the parking lot at the pharmacy. Gave me an opportunity to be able to do something, to be a blessing to somebody else. Find a way to be a blessing to somebody else. That blessing will be more beneficial to you than it will be to them. See lots of comments going on right now, and I appreciate that very much. Walter says he's grateful to catch me live. Rich Ortiz is saying good morning. Lots of people making comments, and I love the comments. I will catch up with the comments once I get off live, because they're important. You mean something to me. You're important to my life. And your comments, your things that you share, you never know what that's going to do. The video that I did on Monday, which I just, I was surprised at the response to that video, but 14 people have shared that because it was meaningful to them. And I'm here to report now, I got a note from my son last night that the fire's about 30% contained. He thought that they would be done with that fire station within a week. And so I'm glad to hear that. That was a resort area, kind of important to keep people safe there. And so I'm glad that he could be there. I'm glad that he was able to, I'm glad he's safe, but I'm glad that he could be there. If I could pick somebody, that's who I would want to be there. And so thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for letting me share that gratitude. And I want you to take up the challenge. I want you to be grateful for something. I want you to find somebody that you can be a blessing to. And I just noticed that Sean posted that if any of his friends in Florida need a place to live, they're welcome to come during this hurricane. And if anybody I know needs a place to live, you're welcome to come. We'll find a place. We'll find a way to put you up. I got room in my house. I got room in other places. So I promise you that if you need a place to go, we got a place for you. All right? So find a way to be a blessing to somebody. Find a way to be an encouragement to somebody. Find a way to take whatever happens this day and turn it into something that you can be thankful for. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you being a part of this show, and I love the comments that you're making right now. I will catch up with those comments as I get off the air. Thank you again.